Hello everyone and welcome to American Civil War and UK history, and I've got an exclusive this morning, and we are standing at Stevenson's Ridge and we are going to discuss Grant's doors. So here to explain the story is Christopher Mackowski.
A lot of people are like, Grant's doors, what's the big deal? And to me, it's a fantastic piece of history that I get to walk through every day. Stevenson Ridge is on the Spotsylvania battlefield where there was fighting here for 2 weeks in 1864. But these doors actually come from Grant's post-war life. When he was General-in-Chief of the Army, after he retired, admirers from New York bought him a townhouse in Washington, D.C., and that's where he lived when he was General-in-Chief before he becomes President of the United States. In that townhouse, that's where these doors come from. And so he passed through these doors every day for about 3 years. When he became president, his wife Julia liked the townhouse so much that she refused to sell it, even though they moved into the White House. Eventually, though, Grant talks her into allowing them to sell the house, and they sell it to their good friend William T. Sherman, who succeeded Grant as General-in-Chief of the Army. For some reason here in the South, it's okay for me to tell people these are Grant's doors when I mention that they also belong to William T. Sherman. Folks here, they get a little iffy. They start wanting to light matches. Sherman still has a poor reputation in parts of the South. In the 1960s, when they were making room for Interstate 395 up through Washington, D.C., they tore down the row of townhouses where Grant had lived. It was on Northwest I Street near Capitol Hill. And there was a fellow who was with a parish across the river, the Episcopal parish across the river, who knew the history of the townhouse. He saw that things were being torn down. He went over and he said, "Can I at least have these doors? We've got a church remodeling project that we're doing. I would love to use those doors for that. They're beautiful doors." So they said, "Yeah, sure, go ahead, take the doors." And he took them back to his parish. Well, it happened to be the Episcopal parish where Robert E. Lee had once been a parishioner years earlier, and they didn't want Grant's doors in Lee's church, so they ended up in the basement. They were there for decades. When my father-in-law built this facility back in 2011, he actually got wind of those doors. Someone came to him and said, "Hey, we've got these doors in the church basement." And so he bought the doors, recut the door frame that we're standing in to accommodate the doors.
And they are pretty tall, yes.
This is, folks come in and out through Grant's entryway every day of the year now. And yes, for me, as a Civil War historian, it's nice to have that tangible connection to someone that I admire so much.
And most importantly, they walk through the doors to the symposium.
Yeah,
and that's right. The main thing, in you go. It's like, yeah.
I feel like Mr. Rourke.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. Welcome. You standing at the other side of the doors when they come in and you sort of open them.
Wear a white suit. I've got a small person in the
Yeah. That's right. Anyway, thanks a lot, Chris. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'll just have a closer little view of the doors. And again, the glass at the top is original, guys. And you didn't just marry your wife for the doors, did you?
I did not. I married her for her earthworks.
There you go.